This is Chile. 4,300 kilometers long. And, on average, just 180 kilometers wide. That's not a country. That's a line with a government. Over the next 6 minutes, you'll see why it never had a choice. Numbers like 4,000 kilometers don't mean much. So, some context. The straight line from Madrid to Moscow, crossing France, Germany, Poland, and a considerable amount of history, is about 3,400 kilometers. Chile is 900 kilometers longer than that. New York to Los Angeles. Also shorter than Chile. Chile starts at 17 degrees south of the equator, and ends at 56. That is 39 degrees of latitude. One country, covering about 1/10 of the distance from pole to pole. Most countries are places. Chile is a journey. And when a country covers that much of the planet, the weather stops agreeing with itself. The north end of Chile is the Atacama, the driest desert on Earth, outside the poles. There are weather stations there that have never recorded rain. Not very little rain. None. One stretch went more than 400 consecutive months without a single measurable drop. The south end of Chile has glaciers. In between, beach resorts, vineyards, rainforest, and fjords. Same country. Same government. Same flag. If you want to experience every climate on Earth without showing a passport, there is exactly one line on the map that does this. Now, about the width. On average, 180 kilometers. In places, less than 100. Which means, crossing Chile, side to side, is an afternoon. Driving it end to end is measured in days, and honestly, in life choices. Nowhere in the country are you far from both a beach and a mountain, because the entire country is the gap between a beach and a mountain. That's not a metaphor. That is the actual geography. Which brings us to the reason for all of this. To the east, the Andes. The highest mountain range in the Western Hemisphere. A 7-kilometer stone wall running the entire length of the continent. To the west, the Pacific. The largest ocean on the planet. Between them, a corridor. When Spain colonized this coast, that corridor was simply what could be governed. East was rock. West was water. So the colony grew the only way it could. Lengthwise. And it kept going. When Chile became independent, in 1818, it was roughly the middle third of what you see today. Then, in the War of the Pacific, it fought Peru and Bolivia and took the mineral-rich desert in the north. It settled and absorbed the south. The wall and the ocean never moved. So Chile just got longer. Also, that 4,300-kilometer line. Chile doesn't stop at the coastline. Easter Island, the one with the famous stone heads, sits 3,500 kilometers out in the Pacific. That's Chile. Its nearest neighbors are, more or less, nobody. At the bottom of the map, Chile claims a slice of Antarctica, all the way to the South Pole. Other countries have opinions about that claim. And the world's southernmost city, according to Chile, and who are we to argue, is Chilean. Population, about 3,000 people and a naval base. Beyond it, the next stop is Antarctica. So, is Chile a weird shape? No. Chile is the only shape it could possibly be. A country is what fits between the walls it's given. Chile got a 7-kilometer wall of rock, an infinite wall of water, and 180 kilometers between them. It's not a line with a government. It's a government that made the absolute most of its line. If you like this, there's another boring video about a country that feels unreal. And subscribing is free, mildly educational, and extremely easy. Thanks for watching. That's it.